All I need is some sunshine.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Emily Miethner, and I'm the founder and CEO of FindSpark. And on behalf of the FindSpark team and the AOL team, we'd like to welcome you to our Welcome to NYC Party. Yes, thank you. So we always like to start our events by saying thank you so much for being here. We know, as I'm sure you're coming to learn, that there are 1,000,001 things to do in New York City, so we're really humbled that you've chosen to spend your night with us, and we know that you've made the right choice. And of course, I don't want to go any further, but before giving a huge thanks to Lauren Block and the AOL team for partnering with us to bring this to life. So huge round of applause to Lauren and her team and AOL for hosting us in their amazing space. So as I'm sure you can all guess, there's a lot of folks here from all over, not just New York, but a lot of New Yorkers as well. So let's just do a little show of hands so you can get a feel for whoever's in the audience. So if your hometown is outside of the US, give a raise of the hand, a high hand, great. Who thinks they're from the farthest distance from New York? You want to shout it out? What's it? 20 hours to get here, okay, 20. Anyone beat that? No, okay, great. Someone buy her a drink after the event. So anyway, what about West Coast? Do we have some West Coasters? California, okay, raise those hands high, okay, a few. What about Southerners? Any Texans? Okay, a lot in the back. And then we have some East Coasters, I guess, a lot of East Coasters, Tri-State, okay. You gotta make friends with all those people who are not from the area, right? Well, I wanted to start off tonight by just sharing really briefly my personal career story and, hope to help you see how FindSpark can become a part of yours. So a lot of people ask me, how did this all start? So I actually studied graphic design when I was in college, and I quickly realized that there weren't a lot of great career resources out there for creatives specifically. People who didn't have a very exact path, like other majors or fields where they were getting recruited before they even graduated, already had jobs lined up. They knew, exactly what steps they needed to take to get high up and to make it, right? And then when I graduated, realizing, hey, I did everything right. I had internships and I got good grades and I did extracurriculars, but I still graduated without a job, like many of my friends and many people still do. But instead of just applying online and sending out the same resume to any job opening at all, I decided to spend a lot of my time going out to events like this and meeting people. And that's when I really started to realize how incredibly important it is to build your network. I'd go to an event where I'd meet one person who would introduce me to another, which would lead me to another event and more connections. And at first, graduating and coming to New York and feeling incredibly lonely, I started to feel like I actually belonged and like I had friends and colleagues who wanted to support me. So after a couple of months of really hard work and networking my butt off, I landed my first job, which was doing social media at a publishing company. And during my first review, they said, we really love how much you love networking because it's helpful for the company. And I just thought, well, networking sounds so grimy and cheesy, right? What I really love is how amazing it can be to meet somebody at some point in your life and continue that relationship and never know how you might be able to collaborate or help each other in the future. So although I was going to lots of events and finding cool events, I still felt like there was something lacking in terms of the types of events I wanted for me and my friends, for students and recent grads who were coming to the city alone, maybe with a few friends, but going through really tough times like the job hunt and watching all your friends scatter and go away after 4 years of being able to just knock on your friend's door and say hi when you needed support. And I also wanted to do events where we focused on all the things they don't teach you in school, like how important it is to be able to talk about yourself at an event, or how tweeting and Instagram can actually help you in your career. And then, of course, bringing people who had made it, bringing people to events who could talk about all the different types of ways you can get from point A to B, that there is no one silver bullet, there is no one path, but it's absolutely possible in this very competitive, oversaturated market that is New York to have a great career, to form a great network, and get where you want to be. So at FindSpark, I decided that we're going to focus on what you can do. We're going to take the negativity out of networking, the negativity out of the job hunt, and focus on empowerment and optimism. because I hope that you all realize that although times are tough, we are also living in an amazing time. We have so many incredible tools at our disposal. You can go on LinkedIn and map out the exact career path of somebody whose job you want. You can use a platform like Wix.com to make a site for yourself in an hour. We have all of these things that past generations don't. So what we really focus on are all the steps and things you can do right now without asking permission from anyone to move forward in your career. So we help you with all the really big daunting tasks like getting a job, finding a mentor, doing well at an internship, but then actually breaking down those goals into actionable steps. So for example, hopefully you guys all got our fun little postcard here. So this is something we put together. We thought it would be fun to challenge you all this summer to check off some of these goals and to also fill in your own goals. And so we have events also on the back you can see all summer, ranging from free networking workshops to full-day personal branding intensives to a summer opportunity mixer where we're going to have all sorts of recruiters who want to come to hire you. You guys have already made good choices, right? You're here. You understand the importance of connecting with your peers, connecting with people at great companies like AOL. So I would challenge you tonight to step out of your comfort zone. We already see lots of you are talking and chatting, so to push yourself to start conversations with strangers. If you're already good at that, which I've seen a lot of you are, which is great, challenge yourself to be a better listener. And I also wanted to share my favorite networking tip. So I'm sure you've already experienced some conversations run longer than others, and at some point it has to end, right? So one of my biggest networking tips is to be the closer, right? So to be the person that actually ends the conversation, which sometimes can be awkward, but the best way to do it is to bring the person who you're talking to somebody else that you met during the night. Because not only does that help end the conversation for you, but it helps make the conversation, for another new conversation, happen more easily for someone else.